So what's the plan for dealing with the beehive?
So do you have some magic that can, create some smoke, brush out the bees, make them asleep?
I wouldn't call it magic. I would call it creating a fire, but I can do that.
I don't think you can. I've seen your character sheet.
I can make an attempt. It just takes longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes a lot longer.
I could just use magic to do it.
Perfect. Even better.
Or I could just freeze the beehive solid.
Interesting.
The DM considers this. I'm gonna quickly Google bees in the winter.
Oh, they die.
Oh, they die.
I bet they die.
Don't need to Google that. They definitely die.
All right.
This could be an opportunity to
Cultivate?
cultivate, yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have 6 months.
A moving beehive on the back of our cart.
Yeah.
It sounds
can
like
set
an
that up.
awful idea.
The last thing this D&D game needs is for you three to become actual farmers.
we get somebody who can work with wood, and we get them to build a beehive, and we put this beehive with it, and we get this divider we can open up and down and let them out near where there's flowers.
This is a terrible idea. I'm going to sell the honey.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one too.
So he's
I
going
don't
to
think
sell the
it's as
honey.
awful idea as you thought, but I'm definitely just selling the honey on this. So, is that literally where we're sitting? I have to freeze this thing?
I mean, I could put a sack over it and run away. It's up to you.
I mean, I hope I get them all, but no one has any better alternatives?
No.
Okay. Let's go grab some water from that river. Walk it all the way back. Sprinkle it on the hive.
You grabbing the water with?
I have a cantrip for that.
Oh, do you?
I literally
You
do.
do. Yeah, I know. I remember it.
I didn't take the worst one.
Do you want to tell the audience? Do you want to tell the audience what the spell's called?
Alright, so I got my control water.
Shape water?
Shape
I believe it's
water.
Shape water.
Yeah.
The shape of water.
No.
No?
It's just shape water.
Oh well.
I don't know the rest of that.
One of them OPE cantrips for you folks listening.
It's
Yeah.
definitely OPE.
Does come from the element.
It's no Move Earth or Minecraft.
I did not take Move Earth specifically.
Oh, if you did both, you just would have been broken.
Anyway, you get water and begin carrying it over in a ball.
Might I suggest before you do that, rub mud over your face in case you don't freeze them all? Don't get all stung up.
I can do it from here.
Okay, I'm going to go to the river.
Okay, everyone head to the river. While you guys are hauling water over, a band of adventurers begins to wander into view along.
Oh, real adventurers?
Yeah, actual ones.
Not good.
There is a dwarven priest, another dwarf you can tell he's a priest because he's wearing the robes, he's got the magic symbol on. It's pretty easy to tell. He's like a priest or a wizard, but there are no dwarven wizards, so it's a priest. Another in a sort of scale armor with a shield and short sword, and with them are a number of human warriors. Two of them are heavily armored, one in mail and one in partial plate. You guys probably haven't seen very much of. Being on the border, mail's a lot more common. Another seems to be an archer with a long bow, while the other is sort of dressed in rough leather with just a short bow. And a collection of daggers.
And this comes to how many people?
6.
Total.
Are they coming close to us?
They're walking along the road. You guys are off of it quite a ways, sort of near the river and along stretches. One of you's upriver at the other.
So they're like, what, 50 feet away type of deal?
Yeah, along the road, sort of staring as they pass. Not really waving or paying attention to you guys too much, but curious at your manipulation of water.
I'll wave hello.
Actually, yeah. Let's drop the water for a second.
The dwarven priest waves back. He looks very old. Very old.
Actually, oh, darn. We waited to in that church earlier. What was the bat called?
Flendemausfeld. If you mean the barony.
Yeah, that's...
A Flendemaus is a bat, it's a flying mouse, I believe.
They seem like very friendly.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
You're still manipulating the water?
No, I dropped it.
Okay.
I can get more. You wouldn't happen to have gone north far enough to hit Flendemaus, bat?
They are going north from the south.
Oh,
If that
sorry.
changes your question.
Or heard what's going on in that region, since you're heading north?
The two armored humans look at each other while the two dwarves begin to make their way through the tall grass towards you. The priest, in a voice like dry gravel, explains to you that, after laughing briefly, chuckling, a deep hearty chuckle, that they're traveling north to deal with the horsemen there.
There's been trouble with the horsemen? I missed this rumor. Do you mind filling me in?
They say that he says that they've heard rumors that there's going to be a border raid by the the heathen horsemen in the steppe to the west. That now that the summer is coming, the Nordval is going to try and do a lightning strike to cripple the sort of western border of Landsnare now that the north has already been taken.
And you're meeting up with some more people, or just the 6 of you?
They are, yeah, he says. But he says it like that. Yeah, we are.
All right, well, pleasant travels. If you don't mind me asking, where are you planning to meet these people?
No, my map. What's the barony north of London-Osfeld?
We could fight horsemen.
Scheinberg.
Are you kidding? We could give stuff to the people who fight horsemen.
Well, I was more thinking we would help them pseudo-ly by slinging in the back, and then we would steal stuff with them when we kill them all.
That's the point.
Right. Well, they're meeting them in the barony of Scheinberg.
Scheinberg. All right. Well, again, pleasant travels and good fortunes on you.
It's best of luck.
And the dwarf nods and wishes you good fortune in your travels as well.
Yeah, get some more water. And proceed back to the river. Grab another, just a small ball, maybe the size of a fist type of thing, and stretch it out so it encompasses the entire hive for a moment, and then just wets it, and then let it fall.
Are either of you two, Jack or
Back
Angus,
to the river.
paying attention to this group of people as they make their way away?
I'll go to the river and watch them as they leave.
Yeah, so they all sort of head on, not paying much attention to you, except for that fellow with the short bow. He sort of takes a good long stare at you as the others pass by him on the road, and waits for them to continue on a ways before sort of moving past them.
I'll even that stare, go across the grass.
Right. Okay, in that case, he probably jogs back to them.
Okay.
So you've frozen the
I've
hive.
wet it.
You've wet the hive.
Yeah. So
Is it quick, or?
yeah, I should explain this one.
You should, yeah, that'd be nice.
So, Shape Water is a cantrip that allows me to do a variety of things.
Mm-hmm.
What it does not let me do is freeze water with living creatures in it or deal damage really in any way.
Right.
There's another cantrip in this game, also from Xanathar's Elemental Evil, whatever,
Right.
called Frostbite, that does let me do that. For my own purposes, I don't even think our DM's making me do this one. I'm only using Frostbite on things that are actually already wet, so it needs to be a bit of a setup here.
Right.
Which is why I wet the beehive before frostbiting it, which is what
It
I'll
will
do
certainly
next.
help. Otherwise, you'd just be doing an attack against the hive.
Yeah.
Which would kill some of the bees.
But not all of the bees. I'm still not sure if this will kill all of the bees.
Yes,
but,
you aren't.
But it actually is the full, that's the full setup I need to go through if we ever get into a
See
fight.
how nice I'm feeling. Alright, so you've wet the hive. The bees are really pissed.
Yeah, but they're not flying very good. They're all wet.
Yes, that's true.
I can probably hold the remainder of the water that slips off of it over the hole and then freeze what wraps around it.
Okay, do your attack, because you have to do an attack with this cantrip, right?
Nope, it's a con save from you.
Oh, okay. Sweet. The hive has to do a con saving throw.
I just imagine you doing this to individual bees as they come after you.
How many d20s do you guys have? Because I got to make a lot of con saves for the beehive. If you guys were getting XP for killing things, you'd be leveling up.
There is this thing called a swarm, right?
We are basically leveling up. So
Whatever I rolled did not have a symbol.
So
So
it's probably 20.
I think it's actually 3.
Oh.
Which I'm going to guess is a failure and a bad failure.
Yeah, typically.
Which I'm going to guess means that the hive is pretty much crit dead.
Woohoo!
There are some bees in the flowers nearby along the riverside, but they don't swarm after you too much.
They probably are freaked out.
They are freaking out. They're trying to figure out what's going on with the beehive right now. There's maybe 5 or 6 of them, though. It's not really a serious threat unless one of you's allergic.
No, I don't believe I am. Roll. Oh, no.
That would be a nice weakness for someone to build into their character.
Let's find out.
But no, I'm going to just walk over and kind of pop it off at that point.
Yes, it's very cold on your fingers.
Yeah, but I'm used to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then walk
You
it,
are very used to that, yes. That's
and then
true.
walk it over to the cart and put it beside my bag of my block of frozen fish.
Right. Water vapors are sort of steaming off of both of them.
Yeah.
There's also a snake there, too. They should probably freeze, just to keep it good.
I can only freeze 2 things at once.
Fine.
We just got to put them close together, and it's one thing.
Hey man, creating an ice box is something I will do. They're just expensive.
Yeah, I put the snake in the fish bag that's frozen. Perfect.
Yeah.
Are
When
you?
when you said you were a hunter, I was really happy because this icebox idea was like, woo!
Are you ready to move on, or anybody else?
I mean, I'm good.
What time is it, would you say? How high is the sun?
You've been fishing for just over an hour, and you've done some fiddling around with a beehive now. So it's about 45 degrees towards the setting.
Yes, we got a good chunk of time still. We should cover the distance if we can. The next town.
Probably best to try and
Oh,
sell
I
this.
didn't calculate the traveling into that. Sorry, 1 second.
Probably best to try and sell this food to refugees for trades, seeing as it would seem many of them have valuable things and they are desperate for food.
Yep, could be worth it. If we see any on the road.
Or in the next town, if they haven't been, you know.
So it's about 4 miles, which is about an hour and a half. Add that to that. So it was probably about 4 o'clock, but now it's probably about 5:30 by the time you make it to Fetchburg,
Okay,
which I now have to draw.
Sure. Oh, we didn't get ambushed on the way by an evil-eyed, glary guy. This is good.
No, you didn't.
I was expecting that.
But they. All right. So before I describe the town of Fetchburg, Ian or Jack, you had something you want to discuss with the party, so we can do that now.
Yes, so while Angus is out looking for grubs.
Yeah, that's probably
to,
true. He's probably like 10, 15 feet away looking for roots or something that he can eat anyway.
Seriously, get the human ones. I need that stuff.
No, we have fish.
No, we're supposed to sell it. Alright, what did you want, Jack?
I'll go over to close. So I've noticed that you're part lizard.
Oh, cop out. You said wizard the first time. Oh, you ruined it. Anyway, let's keep going.
By those scales on your face.
They're scars.
Yeah, well, you don't have to lie to me. I'm going to cast the beginning of Primal Savagery, where my face
What?
kind of shifts into...
Sorry, I've never heard of that spell before. What does it do?
He's explaining.
It deals 1d10 acid damage in a
Right.
melee attack.
So you're like spitting acid on his face?
No, I'm making my face take that form, but not actually spitting
In the
acid.
form of...
The Gila monster, which
Right.
I am innately connected with.
Okay, so you're like half transforming into a Gila monster right now.
Just like a little bit. My face is kind of turning a little more black, a little bit more amphibian, and my tongue is probably a little forked.
Okay, so that happens.
That's fucking weird.
That is fucking weird, yeah.
Don't ever do that again. They will burn you.
Well, of course. I mean, that's why you have those scars, isn't it?
No, I have these scars because I have scars. Not so that they don't burn me.
If that is what you say.
Just keep that under wraps. But okay. Was there a point to this? Or did you just want to show off your weird ability?
I wanted to show that there is a connection between us. I think that fate may play a role in our meeting.
Go on believing that, elf boy. Seriously, pick the fruit that I can actually eat.
You can eat this reed and this bug, but you don't choose to.
Actually, give me that bug.
I hand him some bugs.
It's a millipede. It's like red. It's got lots of legs.
Chew it real fast. It's a bit weird when it's...
You can squish its head. It'll like wiggle around for a little bit afterwards.
And freeze it and then crunch on it.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather have a little bit of this basil I gathered?
I mean, I could have had millipede and basil, but you mentioned it after I ate
I
it.
walk over, take some basil, eat it. It's okay. But the crunch of the bug is, tasty. And I go back to collecting food, and then we arrive at the town.
Yeah, if you have nothing else to say, any of you.
Nope.
Oh boy.
Not sure what that adds to your character there, Jack, but you're just...
It's like the start of Hidden Fortress. Alright. So you approach Fetchburg from the west, which means your first sight is of the ancient castle overlooking the town on its sort of hill. It is quite a large hill, given the relative flatness of the rest of the plains terrain. And it certainly has a number of tall, thin spires rising from it. Minarets, I think would be the word. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to not try and guess. Otherwise, the town sort of forms a U around it. You can see the golden star top of the round church, and you can definitely see the outline of one of the town's 2 taverns on the southern side in the distance.
Oh, we made it.
On the western side of town, there is a rough-looking tent. It looks like it's made of sort of leather or fur, and there are a number of animal carcasses hanging out outside. which people are bartering over. It's like a small farmer's market of maybe 4 or 5 stalls. The main one being this fur one.
I'd actually want to go there first.
Oh, for sure, I have questions.
All right. As you approach, you notice that the person making the barters around it is a female orc who's dressed in the same kind of furs and hides as her tent is made out of. She's discussing selling game meat to various farmers in the region, or just peasants or craftspeople. It's hard to tell exactly what they
Okay, what she have in terms of meat?
It's a number of elk. She has a single boar, which is being smoked, so half of it remains.
Cool.
And some ducks hanging by their necks.
What size of duck? Normal size duck or duck man-sized duck?
Normal sized ducks.
Okay. I always need to clarify.
We do need to clarify these things.
Long winters, I get real tasty looking.
It's true. I'd eat you. I was a character in this game.
Before the donkey, even.
Technically, I'm every character in this game. Almost.
Okay, so she's got game meat, and it means that there's elk and boar in this region at the very least. Is she getting good prices?
She is. She's getting quite high prices from the various farmers who seem to be excited at the chance to be eating this kind of gamey meat.
Either you want to handle this one, or...
Yeah, I'll go up.
Are you sure what she's doing is legal? Isn't there...
That is the question. Laws
Probably
might
not.
be different.
But she's definitely getting away with it.
Yes. So I'll walk up. Oh, there's good hunting in the region? You have very wide array of meats. Good hunting in the region, eh?
So she grunts and stares down at you from her piggish nose, and then turns back to the farmers to discuss how much they are willing to pay for this elk.
Oh, well, I tried. I take out the fish and me put it at the back of our cart displaying it.
There are some people interested in buying fish.
Hmm.
If you'd like to try and sell some.
You must talk to my wizard.
Can you not freak every farmer out?
He's accredited.
Doesn't help.
They hear wizard. One of the women picks up one of the fish to try it and notices that it's frozen solid.
In a solid block.
Screams and drops it and runs away.
I may have made a mistake. I'm sorry, friends.
You definitely did.
I think that was a little bit of an overreaction on her part.
No. Have you seen what crazy wizards do? I haven't, but I've heard stories.
Yeah, push my way up to this orc lady. Excuse me?
Huh.
I'm interested in wondering if you want to add to your stock.
What are you selling?
A couple of fresh fish from the river. I think one of the ducks got a snake in there too. Might be a bonus.
You're that wizard?
There's no other one around, I don't think.
Piss off.
It's free fish, or good fish.
Free.
No, it's fresh. Free snake.
Piss off.
Alright, well
She goes
then
back to
we'll
doing-
just sell beside you
She goes back to doing her business.
and ruin your business as you're associated with a wizard. And no one else will want to eat your meat either. Or you could just give us some money for these fish and we can move on.
She glares at you for a moment and watches you stare at her, sort of a smirk on your face, and then starts laughing and goes back to talking to the farmers and completely ignoring you. They don't seem too bothered that there's a wizard nearby her stall.
You know, there's other ways we can ruin her business if we let...
Whoa. I don't think we should go be ruining the business of a big orc lady. Have you seen the North fight in battle? They're basically a pigman, and pigmen are terrifying.
Pull myself up onto the cart. And we gotta get into the preacher mode here. Yell out
Merchant game.
Yell out over the crowd, trying to gather any more people who might be straggling nearby or whatever.
Any new people who don't know we're a wizard. You're a wizard.
Come on, come all! Buy fresh game and fish. Freshly caught today. Smoked boar on the spit. Elks at good prices and fish fresh from the river. And just try and associate myself as much as I can with her while attracting more people. And hopefully that just either pisses her off into dealing with me, or I just get random people who come up and buy my fish.
This is a truly terrifying idea. Truly terrifying.
You don't need to be here.
I'm seriously considering, but I need to be with you, unfortunately.
You can just be over there in the bushes. I don't care.
Oh yeah, we also
Give me a
have
second.
we
It's
also have
merchandise.
honey.
Just give me a second.
Fresh honey.
Oh yeah, I forgot the honey. Thank you, my friend.
Honey's like actually a rare commodity.
Honey, fresh from the hive.
You can have the hive too.
Wax included.
That could possibly be used to make some fancy candy.
Base that elk.
So some of the
and
farmers
some
do
of that
come up
honey
and
and
start like talking to you about your stuff. They ask you about the boar because they don't see any.
In the tent over there, speak with the lady. Tell her close the wizard sent you.
And they go over there. And others ask you about the fish. They find that it's frozen, and they're like very concerned about this and confused, and they immediately back off.
Oh, I'm just gonna thaw that out.
Yeah.
Continue the speech for a while.
The orc woman does go into her tent to tell somebody something, and an even larger, uglier orc man comes out of the tent and starts going towards your caravan.
I'm gonna have my hand on my crossbow.
Yeah, is your crossbow loaded?
Because it shouldn't be.
I'm backing away from our party slowly.
Whistling, yeah.
No, play it up. He's with me.
Hey, you mind?
Oh, sir, what can I do for you?
My woman tell me to tell you to piss off.
She told me that as well, and I told her what I would do. And I'm doing it.
Right. Well, I'm telling you to piss off.
Good for you, my good sir. And stand back up and preach to the crowd.
I'm a solid 20 meters away at this
He
point.
tries to grab at your belt and pull you off the cart.
Alright, sure.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
That's definitely something we'd have to roll over, yeah.
Mhm.
Let me just get the orc stats quickly.
And as he's doing that, I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and load a bolt into it.
Okay.
I am a solid 40 meters away at this point. I have the knives that I had earlier.
Thanks for the backup.
No, that's fine.
40 meters away. You're in the town. Where's that tavern?
Do you know what
buy
happens to people who start... He's established what happens to people who start fights in town.
Yeah. It's bad.
Orcs don't care.
Nope.
I know. They're like the Stoics.
Alright. Not a great.
Roll for him.
Yeah. Not terrible either.
It's probably better. What's your total?
What is yours?
We're just doing a straight acrobatics type of... I don't know how this one works.
Just a
if you're-
strength. Opposed strength if you don't have like tumbling or some other relevant skill.
Nope. So opposed strength gets me a 10.
Okay, you got a 12. So
You get a +4 on the damn roll. That was that bad anyway.
yeah, well he didn't get a good roll. He's still very strong.
Yeah.
So he yanks you off the cart onto your like stomach on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and
Are we doing this in an initiative order type of deal?
well, he's gonna try and break your hand. Yeah,
But I get a reaction beforehand? or no?
probably. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and Ian can certainly do something if he wants to use that crossbow bolt in a second. I think he'll get a chance to break your hand before he manages to load his crossbow. But
Yeah, okay. No, all I'm gonna do is... Can I see the fire that the boar's roasting under? Or over?
it's not roasting. It's dried meat,
Oh,
cured
right.
meat, hanging up.
Then anything in this tent? A light or anything? Do they have torches out?
No.
Anything like that?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Not even a candle.
No, that's fine.
They're prepared to do it this way. Well, it's like daytime.
It's daytime,
I
yeah.
completely
They aren't
understand.
smoking.
Well, it's
in the
almost 6, 7, somewhere there.
yeah.
4:30.
5:30.
We were at that time at the river.
No. It's about 5:30.
Okay.
It was. I thought it was 4:30 when you guys got here, but I had to calculate the actual travel time too, and that brings us to about 5:30.
Okay.
So the sun's about to go down, but it's not.
Okay.
It's like low in the sky.
Alright, so I'm face down in the dirt pretty much.
Yeah.
And roll onto my side there.
And
I
he's
got
definitely
access.
grab you. You are grab right now.
Do I have access to one hand or...
Sure. Yeah. He's like stepped on your right hand.
Okay, sure. Then I can use my left for this. And bark out foul and, well, in a low grunt in or Wormish.
Yeah.
I freaking hate you.
I hate myself too. To be fair.
And
building sounds really nice until you have to remember it.
and have the meat, or I don't know. What's the lady currently trying to sell?
She's cutting a section off the boar for someone.
Okay, yeah,
Nice.
that is, the boar then is going to smell rancid and rotten all of a sudden through casting of prestidigitation. And then yell at the orc in a loud voice, "Hey, careful, buddy! You get too rough, I drop the spell, and everyone realizes you're selling rotten stuff."
Okay. He's gonna break your hand.
Yeah. I mean, there's an outcome here that is going to happen.
So he bends over, sinks his elbow onto the back of your head as best he can, and starts just grabs as many of your fingers as he can with one of his hands and pulls them back to hyperextend them backwards.
Yeah.
To snap them.
that's gonna freaking hurt. Thanks, Ian.
You can shoot him now if you want.
So I'm gonna have my crossbow placed against his head by that time. I think that's enough space. Say, drop it. Drop him. Get up.
Thanks. So is this before or after my fingers get broken?
This is before, for sure. For him to reach you through the crowd before. Or it'd be after, sorry.
After,
Well,
okay. Snap, snap.
He's at the end of the cart. I would be standing kind of beside it while this
Yes,
is going on.
but he walked towards him and grabbed his belt and pulled him off. That's when you started loading the crossbow.
Okay.
Flipped him over, stomped on his hand, pinned him with his elbow, and broke his fingers. That's like
It's fine
12
and
seconds.
fair.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering what the order was, so I can clarify.
Yeah, your hand has definitely been
I'm
broken.
definitely lost right hand right now.
Yes, which means you're going to have trouble with somatic components for a while.
What do I got left?
So he does let go of the hand and slowly rises up. And your crossbow has to sort of be raised up too, as he sort of towers over you.
Well, we'll be off then.
He just nods and starts walking back towards his own camp.
I'm just gonna hop on the cart.
I will now head back to the cart.
The woman is desperately trying to convince the other merchants or the other farmers and craftspeople that her food is not rancid, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that up for a little while. Last an hour without really wondering.
And you guys head into town?
I'm gonna take a minute and just sit on the cart and gather up some of the water that's nearby, turn it into ice, and put it on my damn swelling hand.
Yeah, you might want to set
For a
this.
minute, Angus comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to set these for me?
Okay. I will do that.
Yeah, they're probably being more dislocated than broken.
Sure. So it's an easy set. I got a kit in the box on the side there that all the good stuff's in.
Well, dislocated pretty straightforward because things want to
Well, I
fall
mean,
back in.
it's tricky. He did just like roughly grab a hand and snap them back.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna hurt.
some of them are dislocated, some of them are broken. It's a mess.
Try and pop what you can and brace it afterwards and tie it off.
It's not like popping in a shoulder. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I take a stake, tie a brace. That's the best brace thing we have.
Yeah, it's true. You don't really have the advantages for this.
I do. I just said they're in the cart.
Oh,
I have a healer's kit.
Okay,
I have
perfect. Yes, I do that for you.
you're fine then.
I have appetite.
It'll take a
couple minutes.
a while for it to heal too. Then.
And we're not moving off in the meantime.
Mhm.
I get, young wizard, that you're not used to maybe the real world since you've grown up in the college, but orcs are very big, as I think you've now learned. This is good. Learning is important. You don't mess with them.
As I turn another part of the elk into rotten tasting. What? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Just avoid half-orcs, pigmen, giant people. Normal people, typically, if they're big too, these are just life lessons you learn. But hey, it's okay.
Life lessons you
follow
learn
through
from
on your
running
threats.
away?
It's more
Yes,
fun.
I'm a survivor. I survived the siege of Hohenhof. I saw many people who did not.
There goes last.
They were eaten alive
Great.
by pigmen.
They're packing up. They're definitely packing up now. Their day has been spoiled.
Yep,
Quite literally.
literally.
Ha ha ha. Well, not literally. Their food's gonna be fine in an hour.
Yeah, but
Unless
it
they
doesn't
throw
mean
it
they
out.
can't sell it here. It's like merchants that buy reputation type of thing. And if that's not all over town in the next hour,
That's true. You also associated yourself with them, so you ruined your own reputation as well.
that's fine. Freeze up the fish again and go on to the next place. They keep better.
People are giving all three of you a wide berth and
Well-
being generally quiet, so you're not overhearing the town murmurs.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to hunker down somewhere in town tonight. Or out of town.
I think best out of town, especially with sentiment, and even before that. We go by the river, we set up a small camp, we sort of obfuscate, put some grass around us. Just, nobody noticed, no fire.
From the courtyard, you can see the toll bridge across the river.
Son of a...
Is it a toll per person? We can save money.
We could have passed on the non-toll bridge a town back. God damn it.
Have you ever considered telling them you're on important business for the Wizard Guild?
Good point. Let's just do that.
Try that.
So you're going to the toll bridge.
Yes.
So you head past the second inn after passing by the church, where there's a night sermon going on, towards the toll bridge, where a very scruffy-looking young boy is sitting in his sort of brown rags in a small booth. It's very official-looking.
Okay, so we walk
He's
right
not.
past him.
Wait!
What?
You gotta pay a toll!
Keep walking.
Guards! He pulls out a sling and starts whipping it around his head.
Put that down, you idiot. You're going to hurt somebody.
Stop!
Stop. I'm on official business. I need to cross the bridge.
Are those
Of
two?
course they are. Otherwise, I wouldn't be bringing them with me.
I want to see this letter of business that you've got, if any.
I pull out the scroll case, not the actual scroll, wave it, and put it back in the cart.
No, over here.
No.
Cards!
You can come out and come read it. Do you read?
I just want to see it.
Wave it again, put it back.
Two guards come over at this point with their halberds and walk down the bridge towards you guys. One of them's like, Klaus, having trouble again? And the kid is like, I don't know these people. I mean, come on. And the other guard heads towards you. He says, what's this about official business?
Official wizard's business. Got the letter,
Grabs
got the
scroll
seal.
case, pops it off, looks at it.
Don't ruin that seal, you know what happens.
Yeah.
Curses are bad.
Yeah. I know.
Curse removal is a very lucrative business.
Screws up one of his eyes, takes a look at it, chews his tongue for a bit, hands it back. Right. So you're on business. You. Copper piece for the bridge.
Me?
It's a copper piece for a head.
Okay, well, I'll turn it back.
Swim across. We'll meet up later.
You. Copper piece for the bridge.
He's on business.
Let me see your business letter
He
then.
needs to take 2 people with this business.
Don't go waving your hand around. Those wizard mind tricks don't work on me.
It's not a wizard.
Give me your
trick. I gotta deliver the elf too.
Copper piece for a head.
I'll reluctantly rummage around in the pouch, toss in the copper.
The boy calls out, and the donkey. And the guard's like, really? And the kid's like, it's a copper for a head. The donkey's got a head.
You won't soon enough with that attitude.
Yeah. Sticks his tongue out at you. And the guard says, another copper piece for the donkey.
Do you expect the donkey to pay it?
I can make him pay it if you don't want him.
You make a donkey pay a copper piece?
Sure. You can work a mill.
Ah, that would be an interesting one.
After all, it's not crossing the bridge if it's not paying.
Throw the copper piece at him.
Thanks. He starts walking off. He jostles Klaus's hair and then goes back towards the tavern to drink at night.
So I go maybe 5 meters down beside the bridge and then just swim along, waving at the little kid as I swim across the river.
Flip him off a couple times.
Hello!
He gives you an irritated glare.
It's a fine bridge you have here.
How to get all your stuff across?
I bundle it in the backpack and put it over my head.
Okay.
We're walking the bridge on top. You could have thrown that in the cart.
I just imagine myself in front of the cart, start stripping down, throwing it all in the back of the cart.
You're lucky you have a cloaca. You get on new charges.
Yeah, so we're gonna head back down the river towards the way we came and camp there, maybe a ways off, not too close to the town itself.
Sure, so you're on the northern bank.
So I'd like to make a tracking check to see if this would have been like any traffic from a cart recently in this area.
Sure. You're off-road right now. I'm assuming you mean like
On the road before you leave?
Yeah, any tracks heading heading out, or if there is any obvious tracks heading down the river where we're intending to go, that would be important. So 11 plus 2 for my proficiency,
right.
And then tracking is
Wisdom.
associated with wisdom. So that is plus 2, so 15.
Okay. There are a number of rudder tracks from cartwheels along this roadway. Most of them are a lot older. They've been worn with rain and time. But there is a fresh set on the road. It's hard to tell which direction it was going in. It was just the wheels. You can spend some more time looking for horse tracks along it if you want to go like up the road a bit.
No, it's okay. I was just concerned about if perhaps the orcs came this way. Prefer not to run into them.
Sure. That's fair.
Once we set up camp, I will also be doing a tracking thing in the sort of maybe 100 meters or 100 feet away, just looking for small animals, mainly rabbits and things like that.
We're on the river, we can fish.
Yeah, but, so that is 13.
Okay. There's some tasty frogs by the river.
Nice.
There are some rabbit tracks in the area, actually.
I will be setting up snares along those tracks,
Okay.
which I believe is also a check.
So you spend the time until dark setting up snares. And
Correct.
yes, please do.
Ooh, that is that's a 19.
It's a good set. So you set a bunch of small loop snares for rabbits or maybe foxes.
Is there anything bigger? Like any big tracks, I'll put down a hunting trap.
No.
Okay. Just snares. Perfect.
And you set yourself to sleep.
Yep.
Are you guys doing a watch?
Yeah, it's called the Elf.
Yeah.
All right, you know.
So we'll put our camp between the river and the cart, and try and hide as best as we can.
What are you doing with Essel?
What are you doing,
tie
Wizard?
off. How much distance? Like how wide is this bank? Where I'm assuming it's rock or shale or something.
Yeah, it's almost. It's like a cliff of rock.
Oh,
Actually,
so we
not-
can't actually get down to the water easily.
Not easily, no. Hard to slide.
Oh, okay.
In
Then-
places, it breaks into sort of like lower piles of rock, which have like little frogs and weeds and stuff going through it in sparse patches, but most of it's cliff. A low cliff, like a foot.
Yeah, that's fine. In that case, we'll just tie Esso off maybe 15 feet out in front of the cart type of deal.
Do you want to do an animal handling check for me? Yeah, so it seems
Sure.
kind of tense.
And then it goes through the full, like, wipe down, brush, all that good crap.
Yeah.
Should be a 13?
Quick math.
I had
All
to
right.
remember the stats.
Essel does kick, but it doesn't kick you, which is good.
And take a
It's more of
second.
a twitch than anything.
We're down. Are we looking at a cold night or a rainy night?
It is going to be cold, and it hasn't started raining yet.
Okay. Well, I'll throw the donkey blanket on her then afterwards. She's just pegged through her grill to stake in the ground type of thing.
Nice.
She's got a food bucket and a water bucket.
All right.
Yeah, I spend a lot of money on this donkey. Yes.
It's good. It's an investment. Jack, where are you resting, since you're the one who's technically watching and you're not in trance?
So I'm gonna probably lie down to trance. That's how I've been doing things.
So you're staring up at the night sky.
But
You'll hear things.
Yeah.
Good watch.
and then when I'm not trancing, I'm going to be if it's not in use, I'm going to be working on sewing that tent together.
Okay.
Do
Do you have a needle?
I do not. I do have my knife.
Okay.
And we do have the old ragged clothes we picked up.
You can definitely thread it. You'll be using strips of cloth.
Yeah.
And you'll be punching quite big holes in it.
So I'll try to not do too much more damage, but I'll be trying to puncture holes in the ragged clothes that's already sewn in.
What
Try
are
to
you
finish
doing?
that up.
In character.
Nice.
Oh, are you doing this before we go to sleep at all?
No, this
Oh,
would be
okay.
this
Never
would be
mind.
after I.
Fish bones. There's so many like.
There's a lot of options
Shush.
here. Which is why I'd have asked
So-
you if you were doing it.
Your trance takes about 4 hours.
Yeah.
By the third hour of your trance, it starts to rain faintly. It probably pelts the two other sleeping adventurers as well.
I'm under the cart.
Probably wake you up. You're both under the cart?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, we have room.
So you're lying like on the cart, maybe?
Maybe.
So that's annoying.
So I'm gonna. I guess maybe I won't sew the tent tonight, but I will get that out and try to cover myself with it.
Alright, so you cover yourself with that. In the second half of your watch, a large fire starts in the distance. You can just see on the horizon, the red on the edge of the horizon with the black smoke billowing up into the night sky, which is a miasma of color and stars, as always.
The night sky's always front.
Yeah, I remember that part.
And which direction is this off to?
To the north, down the road, it would look like.
Huh.
So not the way we came.
No.
So
Where you're going tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. Hey, you know what? There's fire. There's
there's
valuables.
shit to loot. Eventually we'll
Yes,
find
there is.
Eventually we'll find people alive enough to buy it.
They wanted to be merchants, but then we just became scavengers.
There's people
that's-
alive enough to buy it in February.
That's exactly what I was thinking during the whole time.
I know, yeah.
Just slowly this game becomes Mad Max. Just gotta introduce you guys to a car first.
Oh, we're gonna raid some gnomes.
So I don't think the fire is worth waking up my
Okay.
companions for.
You also hear some, what sound does a rabbit make? When it's in
Thudding?
distress?
Oh.
Screeching?
Yeah, something like that. Like a squealing.
Squealing and screeching of rabbits in the distance?
Probably just predators.
Yes, Angus is a predator always.
Apex predator. Apex duck predator. How do you eat rabbit?
Master killer. Alright, that's what happens at night. No goblins attack you in your sleep, thank God.
Woo!
And you two wake
freaking
up.
broken head.
Wake up to see Essel wet and Elf sleeping under a tarp.
Well, I'll be awake at that point.
Awake under a tarp.
Alright, so I wake up, smash my forehead into the bottom of the cart, decide that was a bad decision, and then crawl out, cursing, muttering.
Nice.
The typical.
Essel's sort of like padding side to side. You made a bunch of noise.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way over to her. Does it still smell? Like, well, no, I guess not. If it rained, probably don't smell smoke.
No.
And then call
It's
it.
all very convenient.
Hey, Jack. Good night. Nothing happened.
I wouldn't say nothing.
You definitely notice that the ground is very wet as you're like sloshing around it.
Yeah, there's a big fire out to the north, the way we're heading. It's a little disconcerting, honestly.
How big a fire?
Big enough for me to see it.
Definitely a bonfire, like it's big.
How close?
Good ways down.
Yeah, probably about a mile and a half or 2 miles away on the horizon.
Oh. Okay then.
Ballsy to light a bonfire at night attracts unwanted attention.
It was pouring. A lot of the tracks of it are going to be gone.
Does it look down the road? Did it come from down the road, or do we have to head through wilderness?
It certainly did look down the road.
Alright.
I'm not certain that is something we want to run into or not.
Well, if it's down the road, we're running into it.
We could take the forest path.
Could, but I'm more interested than anything. What do you say, Angus?
What forest path? Sorry?
Through the plains? Yeah, don't worry
Yeah,
about
we're
it.
never leaving the planets. I can't find grubs in the forest. I'm gonna go check my snares.
You've caught 2 rabbits.
Cool.
I seriously need to get this icebox up the road.
It's pretty quick to just wring their necks and throw them in a sack
Throw them in the icy one.
with a fish.
That would have thawed definitely overnight.
You already thought it, I think,
Yeah.
yourself.
I froze it back up.
Yeah.
Or what I could of it.
That's good.
Are you hungry, wizard? Do you want the rabbit or do you want to sell the rabbit?
We should eat something. I'm gonna deal with the horse if you want to make your choices. I can thaw out anything you want.
Might as well eat the rabbit.
Sure. It's fresh. Skin it properly.
I feel like I'm playing fucking Minecraft. Okay.
It's dinner. Or
Skin
it's
the
No,
rabbit.
I know, it's good. It's good. This is what we're doing.
We gotta
Spit
do
roast
it.
the rabbit.
So you're starting a fire?
Yeah, a little small one.
With what? What are you burning?
Wizard?
The wizard.
What are you burning?
Ooh, what the driest thing we can find.
Okay, there's a lot of wet grass around.
Yes.
What are you burning?
We're not eating the rabbit. We're streets.
What? Why are we eating the rabbit?
Can you start the fire? I'm not very proficient. I was
Sure.
a hunter, but we would go back to the city and cook it.
I mean, I can. Sure. Why aren't we?
It's very wet.
Oh, that's not a problem either.
Okay.
It's not.
Would you
Just
start
pull
the fire
all
for
the
me,
water
please?
off the grass in a 5-foot cube.
It's the shittiest X-Men movie ever.
I want to I could do that for your donkey as well.
I already did.
So I will start a small fire in a spit roast.
Pick it all up.
Alright, what are you making a
are
spit
we-
out of?
Do we have a problem with like wood and everything too?
I mean, we could use grass. It's
You-
small.
You've got some thick steaks that you could burn.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
kind of
so
mangle the
you-
shit out of a rabbit if you try to stab it through them.
You want to spit it? Oh, okay.
What did
well,
you want to do? Do you have a pot?
No, but if you need spits, we can do that easily enough too.
Okay.
I fucking love prestidigitation. It's a great spell.
It's useful though. It's not bad.
Because I get up to 3 non-magical trinkets. 1, 2, 3. Hey, perfect.
Yeah.
2 forks and a stick.
My character sees you does this. He scratches his head. He's like, dear God.
There's a reason they put us in freaking school prisons.
Whatever god it is I worship.
It's a nature-ish gods.
Nature-ish gods.
Very
There's
tribal.
many of them.
You can just make one up. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, there's a list in the back of the player's handbook.
Perfect.
Just put a name on them. So yeah, you guys spend a couple minutes spit roasting a rabbit after skinning it.
Mm-hmm.
Gamey.
Delicious.
Turn down the donkey while I'm at it. I can dry it off nice and easy. Get that morning rush. Feed it.
It's busy munching on wet grass.
And I will have some crab apples.
Where'd you get those?
Oh, I grabbed them yesterday. Do you want one?
Where'd you grab them yesterday?
They're along the river.
Okay. No, I'm fine. Thanks. I'll stick to rabbit. I was just curious.
God, I hope crab apples grow in the spring.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whatever. If they do, I think. We've definitely seen some blooming in Ottawa.
So we sort of pack up camp and head north, unless there's anything else.
I know that in the summer they fall off and rabbits get drunk off them. Because they ferment in grass.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, let's head north. We got a bonfire site to look at.
You do. Are you going along the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Your cart hits the road and it starts going much slower.
Mud.
The wheels are sinking into the mud. You were fine on the grassy plains, more or less.
This is a pain.
Oh, it's the mud part of Mud Fantasy.
Pain.
Even with no one sitting in the
Oh gosh, why don't we just... Oh wait, freeze all the mud.
This is a gratuitous abuse of magic.
Every 5 feet.
God, I hope you don't run into anyone.
We'll just
We
sink
will
back
now.
into the mud.
This is the shittiest Incredibles movie ever.
Someone gave me a power I actually like.
You gave it to yourself. You just picked it.
I know, I'm good like that.
Ruining my first attempt at making this into an actual Mud Fantasy game.
Just
I'm
me
also disappointed.
be in a distressful situation, and I can't do that anymore.
Okay, 7 goblins.
Damn it! No, wait, why? I didn't...
Pulling laser guns out of their
Belts.
belts
I take it back. Stop.
and start zapping you with their beams of energy. Okay, no, your wagon trundles along the pathway until you come upon a sight in the distance. It is an overturned wagon with the remains of a bonfire, a black heap next to it.
Well, this is the bonfire.
Probably, yeah. It's a safe bet, I guess.
And they didn't burn the wagon.
Parts of it have been torn off.
Before approaching, just like at a distance, is there any movement, any movement out of the ordinary? Like I can't
No.
see anybody or like
There's
any
no
signs of anybody.
humanoid figures, or even animals.
Either you want to check out which of these multiple muddy footprints that we're looking at here is heading in which direction.
It's still quite far away from you guys. You guys are on the plains, so you're seeing this about a mile off. So
Okay.
the limits of your vision.
So it could be worth a check anyway to see if the
Could be, of
Which
course
way
it
the
is.
raiders came down.
We can
Yeah.
take wheels, wagon wheels.
Yep.
No, we're definitely going to look at this. I'm more interested in you guys telling me if there's a large party of people
I'll
heading
take a
towards
look.
our way.
Oh, it's just I'm still.
I mean,
about
it's-
that.
So I got 9.
All right.
It's
You're just tracking along the road towards this wagon.
Yeah.
There is the same track that you saw before, and from the footprints alongside it and the horse hooves in front of it, it seems like it was going northward.
Okay.
There were a couple of people with it, maybe 4. It's hard to tell. Depends on how many were in the cart.
Is this cart that we're coming up to, does it look like it's a horse-drawn cart?
Yes.
Okay.
Though most of the front of it has been broken off.
Yeah, so this these tracks could be the tracks of that cart up ahead. I would have your weapons at the ready just in case. I'm going to load up my crossbow.
oh, I've got plenty.
You didn't unload your crossbow. It's been loaded this way.
Oh, you should probably not do that.
You gonna refuse your rifle?
It's been fused. There's no bullet in it.
Yeah,
There never will be a bullet.
it's true. You didn't specify that you didn't use it. That is true. I was thinking today. But you aren't loading it.
No.
Your powder. Okay.
It's a show. And I run if they
Do
actually.
you want to
don't
approach
run.
close enough that I can actually properly describe
Yeah.
what you're seeing?
Definitely
All right.
not.
So in the pile of charred bonfire stuff are skeletons. Some of them are humans. Some of them are. One of them at least is a horse. The wagon has some arrows broken off, stuck in it. The whole front of it has been sort of torn off. It's on its side, along with the remains of smashed boxes and sacks and something. There's a single boot sticking out from under the pile.
Are the wheels attached?
One of the wheels is. The other one
The
is
one on the bottom?
charred. Sorry, what do you mean?
Because it's on its side, right?
What's upside down?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, upside down on some like garbage and whatever was in it that has been like scattered across the area. There's way more footprints here. It seemed like there was a bit of a scuffle. There's blood stains around.
Someone want to figure out which direction anyone who survived this ran away from?
Or the people who caused it. Or the people who caused it.
I don't care. I just need to know which way we're going to either get attacked from or need to go looking.
Are there any places they may have hid? Or they may be hiding right now? Like in the tall grass, perhaps?
If they were lying down, they could be hiding in the tall grass. There's some hills to the east that they could be hiding behind. It's possible there's a person underneath the wagon.
Yeah, so if we get close enough, I'm definitely going to peek under there.
Okay, so there's a bunch of sacks in the way for you to peek in. Like I said, there's a like leather riding boot sticking out.
We have
Warm
a
and
shoe
muddy.
and a boot now.
Oh,
Well, it's the same thing.
We got the pair.
It's being more specific with my descriptions.
I seriously need someone to
Just
tell
the
me
one
where
white
people came from.
Yeah, sure, I'll just track him.
Do that first, please.
The 19. No, that's 21.
Okay. Seems like a number of people left on foot towards the west. You can see the grass crunched down.
is
Okay.
that towards the hills?
No, away from
Oh, so
the
it's east.
towards Urschelberg, the capital.
All footsteps, no horses?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe carrying something, whatever.
There's one set of footprints leading southward from the hills, too. that came into the camp, but you can't see it on the other side. They might have joined with the people going west.
It is strange that they would flip the cart and many bags are left, almost as if it wasn't necessarily for money, because they killed the horse too. Almost as if it might have been specific targeted.
Maybe. Let's take a little more poke around. I'm going to pull that guy's boot off.
Right. So you pull on the boot and find it attached to a person.
Yeah. Unlace it or whatever and pull it off.
Right.
Right.
But the person's awake.
Oh,
now.
okay. Darn it. I was going to freeze their foot until they woke up.
So I'll have the crossbow pointed at them.
So the sack
They're
gets
under the
pushed out of
car.
the way, and the haggard face of a probably 40, maybe 50-year-old man with a heavy beard and long hair sticks out and looks at you with sort of his brown eyes half open.
Hey, buddy. Found yourself a nice little camp spot here.
Yeah.
You mind telling us what happened?
Bandits came in, and I chased them off halfway. They'd already killed everyone. I piled them up and burned them over there. Can I crawl out, or is your friend going to shoot me if I move?
He might, so I'd stay under there for now.
I'm also brandishing a gun.
Which way you come from?
North.
Heading south, so you're that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Where up north?
Well, I was just in Heptcruise. Before that, then in Term.
I'm assuming that lines up.
And how did you scare them away? There are many men, you're only one?
Well, if I crawl out, I might be able to show you.
If you were scaring off many men and you can do that by crawling out, I'm going to say stay under there for a moment. Can Piz tell us?
Just I got a sword. I
And
used
they
it to kill
didn't?
them. They did too, but they weren't as good as me.
And you killed them?
Wanted to.
Do you two mind taking a walk off that way and verifying that? Where'd you kill them?
Here. They're in there. And his one arm, like, sticking out from his face, points towards them. Actually, just gestures with his head towards the fire. The remains of the fire, where there are a number of dead human bodies.
You burned them all afterwards?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't want the dead to come back.
Why did you
Smart
burn the
man.
horse?
It comes
You
back
don't
too.
want the dead to come back.
Oh, the horse was killed. Okay.
So could have butchered. Shit.
Yes, big mistake. It's okay.
Might have been worth some meat.
Where are you traveling now?
I'm gonna retcon it. He did definitely butcher it. After I butchered it.
So you're sitting under there with a bunch of butchered horse meat?
Well,
You're going to smell pleasant.
eh.
Why'd you stop here?
He does not smell pleasant.
Yeah, no.
Felt like a dirty hobo. It was a good night. It was late.
I mean, you walked through the rain up to that point.
Yeah.
Not that much farther down. There's a little shit-eating kid with a toll booth, but he probably wasn't out in the rain.
Technically, at this point along the road north, you guys have been walking for about 4 minutes.
Still seems...
Where are you headed and why?
South.
Why?
I'm a road knight.
Oh, wonderful.
It's my job to walk the road, fight bandits. Can I
You
come
got-
out now? Or?
Do you got a symbol or anything that says that? Or are you just a guy with a
Well,
symbol?
I'd love to show you, but I think I might have to crawl out.
Fine. Let go of his foot and take a couple of steps back.
Oh, I assume you let go of his foot. He wouldn't,
No.
he wouldn't have been able to talk to you.
Oh.
Holding out his boot.
Okay, never mind then. I guess we had to do that.
Yeah, he had to like push stuff out of the way to like turn around. He made like a little cocoon in the bottom of his wagon.
I'll step back. I'm going to keep my crossbow loaded, but not to, point to...
Yeah, I definitely lower my gun too.
So he climbs out and begins dusting off his very dusty clothing. He is wearing a long mail hauberk which hangs in rusted strands around his ankles, or his knees even. Over top of that, he wears a tabard made of sackcloth. The clothing he wears underneath is all sort of undyed gray, white, or brown linen wool. He has a blue cloak which has had strips torn from it and is also badly tattered. Around his waist, he has a thick belt, a knight's belt, which has a long sword hanging from it, as well as a light axe and a dagger. And he's wearing heavy brown leather riding boots, which are covered in mud.
Alright.
It's very dirty. It's about 5'9", broad-shouldered, very tired looking.
Well, I mean, if you're done here, you can move on. We're probably going to pick through here. See what you don't... Take whatever you want, I guess. Payment for your job.
He grabs a sack and starts walking towards the south.
Have a good afternoon and morning.
Yeah.
Safe travels. Thank you for your work.
Where are you three going?
North.
Why? You don't mind?
Business.
It's just you're not bandits.
No.
No.
Alright.
Didn't kill you.
Yeah. He waves you off and starts slowly half limping, half marching towards the south. He does have a limp.
That's a fair point. You didn't kill me. You're not bandits.
Yeah. I gotta poke around in these sacks, see if they're branded or marked or anything like that.
Sure.
Figure out who owned this caravan.
It isn't marked. The sacks are mostly full of horse feed. There's about 3 of them. One of them is full of like semi-smoked horse meat, like poorly, or at least cooked near a big fire.
Yeah.
Oh god, he cooked it on the same fire where he burned the people.
Just don't tell people that.
Torith, he's a road knight.
Yeah.
This guy walks around by himself and fights bandits. He could probably kill all 3 of you.
Yes. I mean, we have a specific jump on him, which would have helped, but...
So I'm going to collect arrowheads.
Yes,
Are they metal?
they are. You can probably get about 7 of them.
And I'm going to take the hammer and start trying to use that to get the good wheel off.
Sure, you can manage that, given some time. Some of the bodies that were in the fire were wearing armor when they were burned.
Is it recognizable still? Any heraldry or anything like that?
No, but there are like the metal parts of like, a messer or a warhammer, and some like mail that could maybe work as a shirt if you didn't mind it sticking in some places.
Alright.
Sell scrap metal.
Scrap metal. I'll busy myself cleaning that out.
The cart. Here's the recording cart.
Yeah, anything salvageable.
The wood is also like usable in the cart if you want to just like start breaking planks off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Seems like any of the actual like items the wagon was carrying have been snatched
And looted.
yeah, or like broken up and are like stuck in the mud.
Do we
Don't
have
worry.
any idea what they were moving?
Sure. Let's see if I wrote that down. If I just make it up. I think I might just have to make it up.
Oh, horse-drawn carriage. That's important.
Is a cart?
Oh, does it have like a canvas top?
No.
Never mind.
The only hint that he is sleeping beneath the wagon is a single stinky old boot sticking out of the junk. There's a sack of carpenter's tools as well in the cart.
Ooh. That would have made ripping this apart much easier.
Yes, and you can definitely use it for that. Oh, I should have read this first. He will be violent when first awakened, but will calm quickly. Unless the PC shake him awake, which you did, they probably won't be stabbed.
Hey, if he had to move his boot in order to talk to me, I'm not too concerned.
He had the sword ready. He could have probably like jabbed you with it if he really wanted to. They were hauling linen, mostly.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, it's all really muddy and torn up, and a lot of it's burned.
Muddy.
That's a salvageable problem.
Yeah, you can have some stained linen goods, I guess. It's like bolts of cloth.
Angus wouldn't know this, but he happens to know prestidigitation is great.
Oh,
I am aware of how my spells work.
What am I doing with my life? Giving you guys more free stuff than you need. I'm too kind. I should have had this rust knight stab you in the neck.
Alright, there's some linen. How much of that you want to give me?
Sure, I'll give you 4 bolts. They're using
For what?
bolts of cloth. It's like a
Circular round, like rolled up.
It's like a rolled up piece. It's probably like 10 yards a bolt or so.
How many planks did we get?
You just have a bunch of wood, alright? I don't think we need to count those.
We don't.
Okay.
It's scrap over.
5 pieces.
I don't expect you to sell it. I expect you to use it for fires for a while.
Yeah, or repairs to the cart or whatever.
Yeah, I'll say like 10 pounds of wood if we want to do it like that. Or 10 units.
Oh, it's so great we have spare parts now. I'm so happy there's a wheel.
Yeah.
The spare wheel. Get the spare wheel out of the back.
Technically, in the pre-written one, the Rag Knight we didn't even introduce himself in any way.
He's a road knight.
Or ask your name. He said he was a road knight, that's it. Just found the cart ransacked. He didn't run chase the bandits off. And that might be true. In the actual story as well. He might have just lied. It's unclear.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and dry the cart's contents and then wrap the canvas around the top of it so it doesn't get any worse. And I mean my canvas, not the one he's patching together with a frickin' sword.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we took the horse feet to it. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 sacks of horse feet.
Okay, can you please call it horse meat or horse feed? Because I'm confused.
There's 2.
There's a sack of horse meat, and there's 2 sacks of feed for a pack animal.
Good.
Like a donkey or horse.
Making sure. So that's another 6 days of food.
We have a great mobile general store now. This is great.
We have some good stuff. All scavenged
You want
from
us to be a
people we
merchant.
did not kill.
I appreciate.
As long as you guys
save
are
this
having
for
fun,
Rose.
that's
I'll
all
save
that
this for
matters.
Rose.
Cheater. Let's go.
Yeah, so you keep going north for another mile or two, and you reach
So during that time, I think that would be another opportunity for a conversation.
Yeah.
And,
God, more reveals of the. Oh God.
We'll take a break after this.
Angus is definitely picking grub still, even though we have ample food now. But it's all sellable food. And
Get
grub
more of the
is
squishy ones that go crunch.
not. They're all crunchy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not getting worms.
That's
I
good.
should be looking for worms.
No, I didn't.
So yeah, I'm off doing my thing.
So, Klaus, you know, the reason that I got Angus to bring me to you, you see, I found some strange ideas in a tomb that I'd like to have you check out.
The tomb?
It is in a tomb, yes. I'm sure you're familiar with Sigvard.
Yeah.
Yes, it is in his tomb.
You know where that is?
I happen to know where I think his tomb is, but it may be of one of his disciples. It's hard for me to say. I don't know the language that well.
I feel like I've heard this before from a particular duck.
Yes. Well, I have a little more substantial proof from the duck.
You had an entire map, man.
Well, I have this carbon print, so I'm going to pull it out.
Yes.
So I have a carbon print that
raining.
depicts Sigvard.
Still raining? No. Stop raining. Stop raining.
Would have been great.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. No. It stopped raining like shortly after you guys left.
Okay.
It depicts Sigvard, except he looks more like a wood elf.
Do you want me to tell you what this actually depicts? Because I know now.
What? I have it written down here.
Yeah, but you have it written down as like, it depicts Sigurd as an elf, and he's fighting in a famous battle, but I actually know what the battle's like now. So I can give you more details.
Okay, fine.
So it depicts an elf fighting against a dwarf in single combat in a massive battle, and fighting with the dwarves are a bunch of hobgoblins and goblins, which are traditional dwarven enemies, a number of hill giants, which are traditional dwarven enemies, as well as halflings and chariots and plains humans, fighting against a group of elves and plains humans. That's pretty much it. And this is, except for the dwarves, very similar to a battle that Sigurd fought on the plains.
Does it have a date on it?
Actually, no. Disregard except for the dwarves. Because of the dwarves, it's very similar.
Okay.
Does it have
Not
a
that
date
you
on
can
it?
read.
Oh, okay.
No.
Is there anything that looks like a language?
You know what? No. Not on this part. No.
Okay.
You did a trouble rubbing of the picture, not the reading.
That's all right.
So you see, this looks very similar to Sigvard's famous battle.
On the plains. Battle of the plains.
But
You know how I said never to show anyone that weird thing you did earlier? Yeah, don't show them this either.
does this not pique your curiosity?
It piques my, oh God, where's the Inquisitor? Which is a feeling I have a lot. Where is this tomb?
Well, it's north of here. It's in.
Convenient.
Can I grab the name again?
It's nearby Flendemousfeld. The Baron. The keep, not the Barony, but it's in the Barony as well.
So a little. So it's mostly north, but a little west as well.
Okay.
Towards the land of bat swarms and rabies.
We could make it in a probably 2 days trip. It would be safe. Wouldn't want to rush it.
That's not how long the business with these wizards takes.
True.
Yeah. Maybe we could circle back that way and make a loop. I wanted to head a little west and see if we can grab some food from the areas that aren't pillaged by the refugees yet. Anyway, so maybe we can head more north as well. I don't know. We'll see what Angus thinks at the next town over. But yeah, put that drawing away. Don't talk about it to anyone. Ever.
Well, that's why I haven't given Angus too much details, because
Even though he's asked you like 7 times,
he blabs a bit, if you haven't noticed.
Uh-huh.
it's actually now valid.